Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble News channel. We confirmed that we closed below the 60K level, which you can see here. That means you need to confirm again above 60,000. We closed above it, which is the first step. Now it needs to confirm. Since it didn't confirm and closed back below, the move above failed and the price could go back down. That's right around this 60,000 number. What should you do today? Keep an eye on Bitcoin's daily close. When does it end? More than or less than 60,000. Though it may close above, that doesn't mean it confirms. To be sure, it has to close above yesterday's high. Okay, but at least it could still be confirmed. It can't confirm that it closes back below. The process would have to begin all over again after it closed back up above. What I always tell buyers is that if something happens below, it must also happen above. It doesn't have to close above for it to close below. Things that happen below must also happen above, etc., okay? That's why we're keeping a very close eye on Bitcoin. John Reed Stark, a former official with the SEC, has given a dark warning about Morgan Stanley's decision to let its 15,000 financial advisors pitch Bitcoin ETF. He says that this could lead to intense regulatory scrutiny and major compliance challenges. But Stark didn't like Morgan Stanley's support for the spot Bitcoin ETF and said it was a death wish because of the regulation problems that were expected. He tells them that the company might have to go through one of the biggest SEC investigations ever, which would put a lot of stress on their compliance staff. Regulators will probably be able to see right away a huge number of Morgan Stanley's internal papers, emails, and conversations that have to do with Bitcoin sales. This will make it easier to find any possible violations. Morgan Stanley is backing 2 Bitcoin ETFs right now. The A-Shares Bitcoin Trust from BlackRock and the Wise Origin Bitcoin Fund from Fidelity are 2 of the biggest funds to get into the Bitcoin market. This move is likely to bring a lot of money into Bitcoin ETF in the second half of the year, and market experts are saying that the market will grow a lot. The price of Ethereum went up a lot yesterday afternoon. Other coins did very well. We took 3 more wins off the table in smart money crypto. Just killing that on the buy. We bought when the price was low and obviously cashed out when it went up. The area between 2,800 and 3,000 is your protection zone. That means we should still have a little more gain. Okay guys, let's take a quick look at gold. Gold prices are going up a little. Yesterday, gold closed above this middle point. I told you that was an important thing to keep an eye on. That's good. So that means that people are still bullish on gold, and it could go up to 2,500. The next big amount of resistance will be 2,500. For many, what I've learned is that the media will go crazy if gold hits $2,500. It's going to make people feel very optimistic. After that, I really believe it stops moving forward after that. Okay. Again, keep a close eye on that because if it gets to that point, you'll feel like you're missing out on gold from stores. Don't let that get you. Hang on for a while. There will be a slowdown when you should buy gold. Once more, this is how things always work. When the SP hits new all-time highs at key even numbers, like 50K, the Nasdaq gets all the attention of the news media and pumps its fists in the air. They're like, yay, they get all the big headlines at the bottom of the screen on every new media source. And that makes you feel something. One very important thing for buyers to understand about the market psychology is that it makes people want to buy at the highs. Guys, don't go long at all-time highs. At all-time highs, you should never go long. Hang on for a while. You will always get one. Again, that's where it is most of the time once you get investors who are drawn in by mass media or social media hype. Think about Bitcoin in 2021 when it was worth $65,000. Yes, it went up to $69,000, but it was the oh my goodness on social media that brought in all the people who had been waiting at the highs. What does it do after that? It drops to 15,000. That's not how every market goes down though. That's just what happened to Bitcoin, but at least there's generally a drop. So you're as high on gold as I am, right? In the big picture, I'm very bullish on gold over the long run. Still, I wouldn't say, hey, buy it for 2,500 when it pierces 2,500. Most of the time, you get an even number pierce, a retrace, and then you buy on the retrace. Also, is it possible that you missed the trade? Yes, please. I miss a lot of trades, but you know what? It doesn't matter. There's always another deal to make. Okay, there's always another deal. And people worry so much that they might miss a trade that they make trades they shouldn't get or shouldn't make. This gets them into trouble, and it still gets me into trouble in trades. That's just how people are, but by the way, charts don't always work out like they should. They're based on chances, right? So, 2 or 3 trades won't work out of every 10, even if you win 70% or 80% of the time. I only want to show you this Amazon chart though. You can see how strong channels are in this case. So let's talk about channels and look at this line that is perfectly straight. And it really made Amazon's price drop before its current rise. It's really cool to see things like this happen. You should keep going because I know you don't hear about similarities very often. I might even be the only one talking about it, except for the other traders here at Verified Investing, since we all share what we know. Parallels, on the other hand, are amazingly exact. To understand this, all you need to know is that parallels that go up will finally break down. So in general, a breakdown is more likely after 5. That is, after 1, 2, 3, and 4. Based on this, I think that the next time you go down, you might actually break to the fall. This fits with what I think about the market. When a parallel hits, it works, but after a while that line gets weaker. Also, lines that go up usually break down to the side. Parallels that go down tend to break to the top. Okay, let's quickly look at silver's chart. Let's quickly look at silver. Again, you can see that silver was turned down at this little bit of resistance. On the day, it's pretty flat. That doesn't mean it can't go through, but even if it does, there's more pushback in this range to keep an eye on. Then, we can see that oil is going up, but it is also touching resistance, which is a trend line that goes down. Once more, oil could pass through this level. It's easy for these steeply rising trend lines to be broken to the upside, but if it keeps going up, I will have to short oil again. There is no question about it. Since I've already told you a lot of times, oil is still the bigger global play that is going down. Okay, I'll see if there is something else. Just to go over it again, let's take a quick look at copper. I already did platinum and palladium yesterday, so why not add copper? Guys, look at where the copper bounced. This is great. Take a look at this straight line. Lows cut through it here, touched it here, and went all the way through it here. Then take a look at this trend line that goes up. From exact low to exact low, how do those two lines meet? There it is. What does price do? It moves around. Okay, just a warning. Okay, so let's say you have two lines that coexist together. This means that they meet at some point and price comes into that price. And if it's been overdone, there's a very good chance that it will bounce. The same goes for when it's overbought and two lines meet at a certain level. If price hits that level, there is a good chance that it will bounce or drop. Several lines coming together. One line is fine, two lines are great, and three lines are like, holy cow. Put the machines down. That's how TIA works.